I studied in France, of course, because I'm French. But then I moved to Germany for an internship because I studied in an engineer school, more about materials, chemical products, and everything. And then I moved to Germany because I wanted for internship to be out of France in order to discover something new. And I was in the automotive industry. And I stayed there for 2 years, so car industry. I learned so much about research and development materials. But actually, it was not really the product I was falling in love for. And one of my friends was working in Switzerland for Swatch Group, and this is how I started discovering the watchmaking industry. And at some point, I moved to Switzerland to work for Swatch Group first, but I started more from the quality management side. And I discovered through Swatch Group all the brands from really Swatch to Breguet, so all type of watchmaking, different also movements, and I have really discovered the watchmaking industry. And from the first day I have started working for Swatch Group in the quality management, I was sure and convinced that I really want to work for the product. So I was always in contact with the product manager and I was dreaming of this job. And I had the great opportunity to then join Omega as a product manager, and I learned also so much at Omega because as a product manager you have really to work a lot with the technical office, all the technical management. So because of the background I had as engineer, that was slightly easier maybe. And then I moved to Audemars Piguet. And then as a product manager at Audemars, you have really like a global vision of all the product development from really the start of the strategy to the launch of the product to the market. And I have to say that I have really discovered the passion of the people. So people who have lived since they were born in Vallée and people who are watchmakers, who are able to work for 6 months on a grand complication movement. And I have really discovered, and they have really shared this passion. And I think I would struggle to move from the watch industry because I'm really, just in love with the product. So actually Fabergé itself was really like a great adventure because, so as you know, the Fabergé, so they were licensees. And since Pallinghurst bought Fabergé in 2007, the licenses have been cleaned. And Fabergé decided to really start from scratch the watches in 2000, so end of 2013. This is when I joined Fabergé. And this is such a challenge to come, to Fabergé with all the creativity that Fabergé had, and then to start everything from scratch. So you have like a white page, and you're able to be directly in contact, with our CEO. And actually, you just so it can be a bit scary at the beginning, but also at the same time so exciting. And the idea was really that in 15 months we had to start establishing Fabergé as a jewelry but also watch brand. So we had 15 months to develop the first products, to make sure of the vision we want to follow in the next few years, because you can't go into a direction and then go into the other. So we have really studied a bit the roots of Fabergé, like Fabergé was working with the workmasters. So depending on what you wanted to achieve in terms of objet or anything you wanted to do, he was picking really the right people. So this is exactly how we did it. So, okay, which product we want to achieve? We want to have something which put a smile on the face of the people. We want the surprise, the discovery, also with the highest level of watchmaking in terms of movement. We want mechanical movement, no battery, no quartz, just because Fabergé at his time was using Vacheron Constantin movement, Moser movement, and also Fabergé was really specialized in automaton, so quite mechanical. So for us it was like already only mechanical watches, surprise discovery, so using mechanical movement which allow us to play a bit with the watch and with the surprise. And then to pick up really the workmasters we wanted to work with in terms of movement, but also in terms of case, dial, so everyone, designer and the right people, for the right projects. That's exactly the point. So, because also we were not, well known for being an established watch brand, it was really important to us to come in the first 3 years with like collection, new movement, something which is quite Fabergé, also to establish, Fabergé Visionnaire, Dalliance collection, Lady Compliquée Peacock, to show really to people what we are, where we want to go. But that's true that we can't develop every year a new movement. So now this is establishing the collection. And now that will be also animating the collection, doing limited edition. Also, working with different workmasters, maybe collaborating as we did, with Fiona Kruger, for example, this year with the jewelry piece. So this is really the way we want to go. So to continue our philosophy and vision about the workmasters, and using our movements, maybe developing a new movement, but not every year. Yeah, that's really the way we want, the direction we want to go is really to establish now what we have started. As I said, Fabergé is everything about the surprise, and for example, in the Imperial eggs, the surprise was in the heart of the egg. So for us, in terms of complication, it was always something to play with the center of the watch, and the center and the heart of the watch is where everything is happening. So, for example, you have seen the DTZ last year with the surprise as a second time zone in the center of the watch. The Dalliance collection with like the surprise again, but with a design that you discover depending on the light, again in the center of the watch. And with the chronograph, this is exactly the same. The heart of this chronograph, the Asian graph, is really something quite revolutionary. And this is also at the heart of the watch. We play with the center of the watch. And also 2017, so marks the 100 years of the constellation egg, which was supposed to be offered for Easter and which was never completed because of the revolution which happened in 1917. And this chronograph for us is really paying homage to this egg, because the constellation egg was also everything about the universe, the constellation, so tracking the time, which the chronograph is doing. But also this constellation egg was supposed to have a clock mechanism inside the egg, and also like an outer ring of the egg in order to tell the time. And actually, if you look at the egg, it's really exactly as the prevailing time of the watch on the outside and the chronograph on the inside with the outer rings. And this is really something quite interesting because, of course, it's not the translation of the egg, not literally, but in the philosophy, this is really something quite revolutionary to us and which is in the same philosophy than the egg, which was never completed. So it's a bit of a symbol to us.